Greetings, beloveds. It is I, Michael. I have come to be with you this evening to discuss some very important topics in relation to the coming times. This has been a very auspicious year that you have navigated your way through. It has been a time of clearing. Things surfaced that are in need of change. And it has been very much a year of change. As of the fall equinox, many things have changed. Many of you have worked very diligently to clear your system of these anomalies that have plagued you for a long time. There has been a great shift in the consciousness of humanity. And this is what I came to address this evening. I wanted to discuss with you the great possibilities that lie ahead in the remainder of this year and next year of your time. You all are creators, and you realize this, many of you. So it is an opportune time now that all of this clearing has taken place for you to step up and use your creative abilities that you all possess. As we have discussed with you many times before, that the prophecies that have been put forth quite some time ago, many of these prophecies have changed because humanity has changed. They have changed the outcome of Earth and the events that could have taken place on Earth but are not. So this is what I want to address now. You as creators have the potential in the year 2015 to create many more changes in the outcome of life's events worldwide just by holding a state of consciousness that is based in love and based in the power of who you are as a Christed being. You have the power to alter the outcome of future events by staying very present in the moment, in the present, and conducting yourself as Christed beings, creating from that template that you have constructed over the past many years of your time. By holding your attention very specifically on what you want to create, how you would like to see the world be, how you would like to see that world operate. Yes, there are great difficulties worldwide, especially in the Middle East, where many do not understand about peace and harmony and coming from the love that is within them. They do not understand unity consciousness. They see only separation. They see only the value in their way without having any regard for another's opinion. This is not the case within this group that I am speaking with this evening. You are all very elevated beings of light and are concerned for humanity and the earth at this time. So I want to tell you that yes, you can't go there and you can't convince the heads of state to do differently. You can't convince the ordinary person to change their mind or see the value in another's opinion. but you can hold within yourself that Christ consciousness. You can hold within yourself the unity consciousness that you know so well. And you can project that out into the world. These energetic templates that you can create within yourself, within your community, within groups such as this that you have gathered together to hear what we archangels and masters have to say. And you take it in, you take it seriously, and you create accordingly under our direction in your life, in your daily life. This is what is going to make the difference. Even though the news media does not report accurately what is going on with the individuals in a state, in a country, in a small town where they are supporting each other, they're helping each other, they're seeing the love within their heart. So when you hold that in your energetic field and you gather in small groups and then you project that out through your auric field, through your energetic system, you do impact those that do not see clearly like you see. Even though they're many, many miles away from you, that energetic template is not limited by time or space. So I encourage you, do not discuss how bad it is and how terrible these individuals are, because that, through the languaging and the voice, it puts it out into the ethers through the sound waves. So you may not disagree, but hold in your heart the compassion that these individuals are undergoing daily in their life struggle just to survive. Hold that love in your heart and don't discuss with others from a negative point of view. Discuss from a level of hope and possibilities, that there is change that is available, that there is possibilities for them to see a different way. The young coming forth who are becoming more educated are seeing different pictures than the older generations who have been steeped in these old paradigms of religious beliefs. These young ones come in with a different state of consciousness, and they know in their heart that what is going on is not in the best interest of humanity. When you hear of these individuals who come forth, who may on the internet put forth things that are in alignment with unity consciousness, with love and compassion, talk about this. Search out events that happen worldwide that reflect what you know so deeply in your heart, and talk about this. Do you understand what that does to the energetics, to the sound waves, to the light frequencies that get transmitted? Just those discussions that can be altered and shifted out of the states of fear and separation into a more coherent state of love and compassion. It doesn't mean that you have to physically do something. You are doing something by altering the frequencies that are available, that are not limited by time and space. So these discussions that you might have put forth a different energy through the sound current. And many of you are familiar with these different types of energy format that are made usable through sound, through light, through color. Use these technologies that you have learned and put them forth in very loving ways from your present moment. And this, I assure you, has a great effect. Focus on possibilities. Do not focus on the fear and separation. This will alter the outcome of prophecies that were based in that fear and were based in that separation. You have the power to alter the outcome in the next 5 years of your time. It may sound like a lot, but it is not. 5 years in the scheme of things is very short. What you could do in 5 years just by transmitting light, sound templates that are based in love and that Christed template. A while back, I came in transmissions such as this, and I put forth a gift from the Godhead. It was a shield of light, and some of you may remember this. And I am calling forth your remembrance of the shield that I gave to you. Those who do not or were not present on those occasions, I want to reinforce that shield now. It was composed of 3 energetic templates, the first being courage. It takes courage to stand in your Christed nature when others around you are exemplifying a fallen state from states of unconsciousness, who want to discuss how bad the world is. It takes courage to stand up and say, let's talk about something else, or let's talk about possibilities. Let's speak of love and unity and how that can be brought about for all of humanity so that this world can be returned to a state of peace and harmony. This takes courage. This energetic shield is a transmitter as well as a receiver. So when you use courage, it enables others to be courageous and stand in that unity, in that Christed nature. The second part of this shield is fearlessness, and it goes hand in hand with the courage to be fearless, to stand up for what you know to be true, to stand in your convictions as Christed beings and exhibit compassion for others who cannot see, who are blind to what is possible. It takes fearlessness, but you all possess that as a Christed being. When you put that out into the ethers in an unlimited way, it gives others who are victims of those circumstances to be able to stand up and be courageous and fearless and to change what is going on in their communities. And the very last part of this energetic template is love. The element of love that is part of every creative effort. When you hold that element of love in your sacred heart and you exhibit it fully and completely without conditions, you can change the world. And when you put that in this shield and you transmit it, what a difference you make to humanity. You set the template. You show the way. And this is what we have come today, all of us archangels, to tell you that you can make a difference regardless of how it looks or what the media is telling you. You can make a vast difference in 2015. The remainder of this year will help you to gain perspective, to see yourself as powerful creators, and to create in your own life so that next year you can be the transmitters. You can use this shield of light that we have given you to use. So you will change the world just by being who you are and using all of the tools that you have access to. You have this shield of light. You have the Christed template within you that is fully operational. You have a concept of unity consciousness within your mental body. You know this. Know that you have no restraints for any creation that you put forth. We know that we can depend on you. We can guide you. We can send light. We can send our love, our support. But you are the ones with physical bodies, and you are the ones that will make this great change. And the world will be so much better for it. It will begin to resonate in its Christed nature. Many of you have worked diligently with the elemental kingdoms to show the elementals how to create from that Christed matrix. You exhibit it to them, and they put it into the earth. Do you not think that this is affecting the Middle East of your world and the areas that are in great strife? Of course it is. These elementals are key in altering the vibrations of the earth itself. So we come with words of encouragement and to encourage you to use your power now. You will change the earth, beloved, and we honor you, each and every one of you, for all that you have done. Now, I'd like to open up a discussion with all of you to answer your questions and to take your comments. We value you beyond your comprehension, and we want so much to be fully and completely in service to you. So please feel free now to ask of me questions or discuss with me at this time. Everyone has an opinion about world events. But when you're working with the element of love, unconditional love, the power of that element, and you give it forth freely from your heart in compassion and in love, you don't put conditions on it. When you put conditions, when you have an image that you are very invested in, that it must look like this. So if I send light to Israel, if I send light to Pakistan, if I send light to Egypt, it must look, the outcome must look like this. That's a condition. And that is not helpful because they cannot see that image that you hold. You live in a different culture. You live in a different environment. So when you can just project that love in its pureness without any image, giving it freely for them to use as they are able. When you meet someone in your area, in your environment, and you open your heart, it is without condition. It doesn't matter what clothing they are wearing, what kind of a job they hold. You are meeting that person and seeing them in that love, and you don't put a condition on that. But it's very difficult in world events because you have opinions on how that should look from your perspective, from your culture, from your environment. And it doesn't always translate purely from that love because you have put a condition on it. I encourage you to practice. And when you notice that you have put a condition on that love in some way, don't judge yourself for that. Don't beat yourself up. Just notice where it is that you seem to want to put conditions on it. And then at some juncture, that will take care of itself because your heart is open, and you will see before the next event, and you will change your mind, and that condition will no longer be there. But it takes your noticing where it is that you place these conditions. Judge them, just notice and say, oh, I see that, and then move on. The only thing that you can do there is to hold that light within you, to hold it as stably as you can, and then walk away. Remove yourself from that environment. And that speaks volumes, more than what you could possibly say. Let's change the conversation, because obviously they are very invested in that conversation. And as you well know, that does nothing but build the fear and the separation, fear that they are victims of a circumstance. So when you invite them to see a different possibility, to see what could be if the opportunity came about, what could be a better solution to the problem rather than talking about it and going in circles. And if that does not happen, remove yourself, walk away. That sends a huge message. Say, I choose not to participate in this because it builds fear and anxiety in me, and it is not helping create a solution for these grave problems. That way, you don't project an image of judgment against them or that they are wrong, but you are just voicing your opinion. That's one of those things about courage and fearlessness, to say, I cannot participate in this because it builds fear and anxiety in me. And that shows them a picture that they did not consciously think about. It teaches them something without judgment. It shows them what it does to you inside of you. And then they will take that away and consider it. And you will gradually see a difference. Absolutely. These are the things that each one of you can make such a difference in, not by judging what these others are saying, but providing a way for them to shift it and to not participate in the negativeness that builds further fear and separation. It doesn't mean that they have to talk about a specific solution, but just say, boy, I have compassion for these people. It must be hard for them to live life in those types of environment, and my heart goes out to them. It changes the way in which they operate. It changes the way in which you use your energy. And then it begins to change the energy itself. These were really good questions. These are the types of things that are very important in these discussions. The how-to, the what can I do? It's these very simple little things. By voicing what's in your heart, this makes me feel anxious. This makes me feel fearful. And it doesn't help these people by putting that out into the world. So these things that you have been discussing are very viable solutions that you can individually as well as collectively provide in these times of change. And when you do that, what a difference you will make in this coming year. This coming year is about creating. So I encourage you to create from that heart of yours. You can just visualize it coming out of that third eye of yours, and visualize it going out into the ethers. That green code is so extensive and large and so filled with unconditional love. Visualizing that green going into the ethers and being transmitted worldwide. Visualizing that blue code, which alters the emotions and bonds with negative emotions, uplifting those emotions into higher states so that the creation comes from more loving thoughts. These are the things that you can, by holding these color codes within you, and you've all used them for yourself, but you can also project them out through your third eye, having no specific intent, but just putting that out there into the ethers of the earth to be absorbed as it can be absorbed. This is a really good suggestion that you have had, and I'm sure that many on this call will begin to work with that. I know many have worked with it themselves. But this is a service that you can provide by just broadcasting it out there, putting those color codes in this shield that we have talked about this evening, this light shield of courage, fearlessness, and love, and transmitting that out. The elements, the earth elements, you could project those, transmit those color codes into the elements of air, of water, of earth, fire. There are many, many applications that I'm sure many of you could think about and use. So you see how just this small group and the very few who have come forth to make comments such as you, or to ask a question relating to what they can do to shift these lower thoughts and actions. What a difference. What you might consider small things, but they are not, I assure you. Much has been accomplished in these last few minutes of your time, giving you examples, giving you ideas of what you can do in the coming months that will make a vast difference in the year 2015.